There's so many great hooks in this song, just littered with them. What's up, friends? Today we're checking out Titi Me Preguntó by Bad Bunny. Haven't really checked out Bad Bunny in depth before, heard his stuff in passing. So I'm excited to see what's going on here. We'll be looking at this song from the perspective of a songwriter and producer, so expect a lot of pauses to go over specific elements of the song. Starting off the song with a guitar intro, some synths in the background, setting up the key for the song. Where is Bad Bunny from? Because he's not pronouncing his S's, and that's something that I noticed a lot in Chile, so I'm just like, wait a second, this feels way too familiar for me.
Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias. Hoy tengo a una.
It's interesting what they're doing here. So they've got an auto-tuned vocal that's fairly deep, which is kind of has this cool effect to it because his vocal is like Titi me preguntó, like it's just like it's really deep, and you have that heavy tuning on it, so it gives this really distinct effect to it. Also, in this first chorus, there's not a lot of information about pitch. The only real information we have is from the vocal. The kick has a bit of like a subby bass to it, and so that's giving a little bit of information, you know, like that's on a specific pitch. But besides that, you know, there's no mid-range instruments at all, and even the bass is like more of a kick than a bass, so it's almost like we're stripping away everything that's not really percussive outside of the vocal. Interesting approach. Up until this point, it's all been hooks. All melodic, rhythmic, really good hooks for the first like 30 seconds of the song. 30, 40 seconds. That's incredible. That's such an interesting way to start a piece of music, and it's turning out really well. I think it's a good approach, and it's working for him. I like how more of the high-end percussion comes in. We get that more lively reggaeton rhythm going on. There's a good mix of synthetic and organic instrumentation here. You've got these drums that at some points sound really electronic and really based in that electronic sphere. And then at other times, you know, there's certain instruments that sound really live and really organic and really playful. So it's fun how they're doing that. This part's so fun. He's just listing off all these different women he's currently with, and there's like humor to it too. Like, you know, he's saying like, I have an American, I didn't even know about it, which is just, that's fun. It's really giving all of his audience a chance to connect because he's listing off so many different places as he's talking about these women. So people from those different places can like relate more to the song. Interesting that part right there where they detract from the rhythm. They have this really steady rhythm, really steady reggaeton rhythm going on, and then it drops off for a second. You just get that vocal, and then you get the drums coming in to reintroduce the sound. Boom, 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 boom. We've got a mid-range instrument. You know, we're like a minute and 30 seconds without any mid-range instruments outside of that little guitar intro, and now there is one. And it's just this nice little synth doing this counter melody to the vocal that kind of goes along with the subby bass kick. Like the sound of it. It feels very wacky, feels very kind of out of it too, you know? It's not like this solid pitch synth. It's one that kind of warbles a little bit. But gives us kind of this eerie, uncertain, dissonant feeling that is really contrasts well with the hypertuned vocal. That breakdown there was so fun. Bro, do, do, do. It's just like, you know, remixing the beat as he's doing the song. He's just so there's so much playful. There's such a playful approach to what's going on in the chorus. They're not treating anything here too seriously, while still having just a really high quality of music.
Yo quisiera enamorarme, pero no puedo.
Okay, the form of the song so far has been interesting. We went chorus, post-chorus. I'm going to call that VIP part the post-chorus melody. It's just as hooky as the chorus. You know, it's like you got two choruses right in a row that are both just as good as the last. Then you have this verse, chorus, post-chorus, and now we're into this bridge where we're stripping away all of the drums, bringing back that guitar we heard from the beginning with a synth effect, and his vocal is being a lot more melodic and a lot less rhythmic. So we're really getting a deep, deep contrast because everything so far has been so rhythmic, so devoid of harmonic information. And now we're going hard into the harmonic information and straying really far away from the rhythm. This part's so fun. It's kind of showing the destructive aspect of, you know, just not giving a dump and slutting yourself out. And now he's like, wait a second. I don't want to keep going from like the next person to the next person. I want some like faithfulness in my life. And it's reflected through this darker minor progression in the bass. And it's interesting because, again, we're stripping away that whole midsection, but the subby kick that's here is moving a lot more. Before it was kind of just staying on one note, and now it's bouncing around a little bit, and it's also in a higher frequency, so it's a lot easier to hear those changes as well. Stripping the beat away a lot, too. A lot less elements, basically just like that bassy sub kick and a snare. There's so many great hooks in this song, just littered with them. This part's interesting. You know, at first we had that kick, that subby bass kick thing, that snare and the vocal, and then we added in the hi-hats as well as this new synth that's in a fairly high register that's doing this kind of eerie thing. So we're getting this kind of like, you know, slow down, this drop back, this minor vibe. There's still a little bit of that dissonance, but things are a little bit clearer here now, you know? And then out with a synth bass with that kind of funky little synth on top of it all. Weird way to end the song, and I think it's cool. It's cool how strange the form is, how many different approaches they have. They don't go back to that chorus again. Like, that lifestyle's kind of gone, and he's reintroduced to this new thing. Yeah, just a complete change up. It's like two different songs meshed into one. A lot of interesting rhythmic changes. You got that reggaeton beat. You've got more of a trap beat going on for the second half of the song. Really like that delayed snare vibe that I think works really, really well in this context. A more spacey experience here in the second half because we're less rhythmically just going. It's more of just like a grooving vibe because of that rhythmic change. Yeah, cool piece of music. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on it. If you have, I'd really appreciate if you liked, commented, shared, and subscribed. Also, check out my other music. I've got an alternative rock album with Harley Swisher. It has a lot of electronic elements like this. And Harley's a really big fan of Bad Bunny, so you'll definitely hear a lot of the Bad Bunny influence on that album. Also, I've got other music reactions here. That's it. Catch you on the flip.
Someone please hold my hand.